Alexandra Bello Productions presents Artistic Times Radio with Alexandra Bello, covering art events, museums, festivals, and music. We have interviews of artists, celebrities, musicians, writers, and more. Learn about South Florida happenings and discover art firsthand while enjoying red carpets, fashion shows, and press conferences from the hand of our host, Alexandra Bello. Tune in on WNN 1470 every Tuesday night at 7:30 and on my website, ABP TV. Now, it's about to get artistic in here.
Hey guys, Alexandra Bello here one more time with Artistic Times Radio, wishing you a lovely and artistic week. I am here tonight with Brooklyn Murphy. She is a very experienced actress with over 20 years of working career. And on top of that, I want to tell you a little bit about her before I introduce you. She has been to Oxford School of Drama in England. She also attended Bova Actors Studio in New York and the Atlanta Film Institute. So how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful, and I'm excited to be here with you. Thank you for asking me on the show. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for being here, and I want people to know who you are. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your background, how you got started and all that?
Well, at the age of 7, I started as a dancer and a classical pianist, and I studied both dance and piano till I was about in my early 20s, and then my knees literally just could not handle dance anymore, so I started taking acting classes and TV commercial workshops and a lot of improv. And improv, I think, is what really got me started because it got me out of my comfort zone and got to be silly and crazy and be embarrassed in front of a whole bunch of other people.
Amazing. So you developed your character. It helped you build character and develop your personality and love what you do. What did you think about it when you first started? Did you say, I'm going to love this, or was it a little bit of a struggle for you?
I didn't even think I would be a professional actor. I just went into it's like, oh, this is fun. I'm meeting really cool, funky people, and they're all, actors are we're kind of different.
Yes.
We like to experiment and be silly and wacky. So I thought, oh, this is a great, fun group of people. And then TV commercial workshop compared to improv, boy, that's night and day because you always had to talk with a smile. But then I took it seriously and started taking serious acting classes in college. I also studied at Cypress College in Los Angeles and a few classes at UCLA. And I studied with a lot of different coaches in Los Angeles because I lived there for 15 years. And then I was, when I had a project to do and, you do your homework and I could bring people to cry. I was like, wow, I'm affecting people. This is kind of cool. Making people laugh. I was like, wow, this is really interesting how the deeper I went within would affect others, not just myself. And then by then I was hooked. And then I just kept studying and practicing and hanging out with other actors and doing little silly projects. Of course, we're talking when I was really young, early 20s.
That's awesome. That you discovered what it is to really be an artist and affect others, and that you are doing it professionally. So you not only took it like a hobby, you said, you know what, I'm good at this, let me just take it professionally. Tell me a little bit about what do you love the most? I know I see how you got hooked and I completely understand you. What is it that you love the most about what you do?
Being able to take a script, figure out what this person is doing, this fictional person like this, you just have a name and a little backstory if you're lucky. You're reading what they say, and then from that you can just take it inside yourself and perform it the way you see it, the way you feel it. It's because it's really an interpretation. Like an artist has paint on a canvas, it's their interpretation based on their emotions. So acting really is dramatic art. You're taking what's within, if you're daring enough to feel what's within, so I guess we'll touch on that later, and express it out there and have people go, wow, I felt something. Just like when I'm watching a good movie or any good actor and they make you cry, you're like, wow, that's amazing.
It is grand.
Yeah, you're touching so many people.
That's awesome. Now, about theater, I know that you started in theater.
Mm-hmm.
Great for you. I completely recommend it. I know you do too from
Oh, highly
talking to you.
recommended for any actor out there that's considering wanting to be a film actor or a TV actor. No, you start with the basics. You do theater, even if it's, a tiny little role. And I hear this a lot from fellow actors
Yeah,
or
tell
new
me
actors.
about that.
They say, well, how should I start? What's your advice? I always say, start with theater. They're like, no, theater, but you got live people out there, and how do you memorize those lines? I'm thinking, if you read something 200 times and you're in there rehearsing 4 days a week, over and over and over, believe me, you don't even memorize it. It just comes, and you're working off other people. And theater is the best platform to learn improv skills, learn how to think really quick, how to develop character, and you could be a little bit different every night. Learn how to work with space, learn how to work as an ensemble, learn to work with a live audience. And do I still get nervous? Absolutely.
All the time.
Oh yeah, but it's a good nervous, and you just feed from it, and it's invaluable. Every great actor out there started in theater.
That's good.
That's a
And
fact.
that is a fact.
Fact. Yes, it's a fact.
And you can see the difference when some actors want to be that kind of good, but they didn't start in theater. You can see the difference between those and the real
Absolutely.
veterans. You can see the difference. You can
Yeah.
appreciate it. I always recommend people, please, if you like this business, if you want to be an actor or a director or anything, please watch movies and watch them with a critical,
Critical eye, yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
learn how to pay attention to lighting, how to pay attention to performance, how people are doing, how the pace of the story is very important. So you need to be paying attention, not only sitting there and let me get entertained. Oh, it was a nice movie. Let me like it.
Yes.
No, that's not it.
Yeah,
you have
and
to.
that's
You have
so
to be
true.
extra aware.
Yes.
When you're watching a movie, and if you're watching a movie or two a night instead of like going hanging out, I know it's kind of antisocial, but okay,
yeah.
let's do a movie a night. If you're watching a movie a night, you are learning. You don't know it,
yes.
but you're learning.
You're learning.
And a lot of people not only like try to be an actor out of the blue, some people want to be a director out of the blue. And they say, yeah, but this guy is an actor and a director. Yeah, but that guy is in theater and has been acting for years before they even thought about directing and acting.
Yes, and I wish more directors would take acting classes so they can direct the actors and know what we have to do to prepare. Like, I've had some really challenging emotional roles where you really have to get into, like a film I did called Mercy years ago. This woman was being, kidnapped in her own home and tied up and bound and, just psychologically tortured by the guy that broke into their house. And I had to do like some serious emotional crying and fear and like all this thing. And then the director's like, okay, let's do a take. It's like, okay, I'm ready. Oh, it was a horrible take. Let's do another one. I'm like, okay, this is it. You have to get it on the second time because it wears you out. It really wears you out. It's so consuming, and it takes a long time to get to that point, to really prepare and go deep within to get that true emotion out. Otherwise, you're just acting. And you can see that in a lot of films or demo reels or whatever. You could tell the actor who has prepared thoroughly for that emotional scene and who's just pretending that they're afraid or
Those
whatever.
who are just following along.
Yeah, that are acting.
Yeah, they're more following along. You're completely right about that. This is what happens. This is what happens to those type of directors. Those type of directors are used to unprofessional, amateurish actors. So they think that they can do it 6 or 7 times because the actor is not even ready. So they say like, oh, this actor gets better with the takes, but there are actors that don't because they are already ready for you. They're ready for that first, second take. So this is a professional actor that did their homework. They rehearsed at home, You know what I mean? They came ready to the set.
And you have to prepare right before that scene is coming up.
Yes.
It's like, okay, the next scene we're going to shoot is scene 5 or whatever, and it's the emotional scene. Which, to all directors, I should say, you need to do those scenes first.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're just going to wipe the actor out. If you're going to try to do that at the end of the shoot day and you're on set for 10 hours, oh no, you're already exhausted.
Yeah.
You're running out of juice. So
Yep.
you have to...
Those more resourceful scenes that, require the actor to like reach even further, you're right, they need to come out first. And I think these are rookie mistakes that I guess here in South Florida, you run into a couple of people that are not paying attention. They have a great desire. They have a dream, but with the dream comes the work,
sacrifice,
the
work,
sacrifice,
and being
the
willing to look
training.
at your emotions and find good teachers to study with that will push your envelope, push it, which is why I went to England to study classical theater, studied with some amazing teachers that were, London theater actors would come and like teach a lot of our workshops. And then I went to New York, and then I studied in LA, and then I studied with all these little different, so then you have a big toolbox. So I also tell actors, study with all kinds of different people, learn all kinds of techniques, because then when you're on set, you could use the Meisner technique for this, or you can use your, Eric Morris technique for that, or, just if you just need basic method like Stella Adler, and, I've studied all those kind of things, Stanislavski, Adler, and then you have your little toolbox. Say, okay, how do I want to approach this part of the script and this part of the character for this part of the scene? I think I'll just use a little Meisner technique for this because it's not that deep. You'll still won't be acting, but you'll convey the message, and you will be real, and you'll have a good film. Because for a good film, you gotta have good actors.
Yes.
Of course, you gotta have a good script, because there's a lot of scripts out there.
You have to have you have to have a good scripts, because if actors don't believe what is happening to them, they're basically not going to bring anything out.
No, and you're watching a film going, oh, this is so horrible. Oh, you could have a mediocre script and have some great actors, and then you're going, wow, the script sucks, but wow, these actors are amazing.
Yep.
And you'll watch it.
If you have a mediocre script and you have some great actors that are well directed, because a lot of people want to blame it on the actors, and they don't realize that if the director is not doing their job, you can have an actor that didn't even like their take, and they're asking for another take, and that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I've been on those
no,
sets.
I like that.
Like, that
I'm
was
okay
good.
with
I'm like,
that.
you don't want one for safety? Nah, we'll fix it in post. I'm like, oh, boy. And then you see the finished product, you're like, oh, that wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me in that film. But it's true. Directors... it's nice if the writer was on set. That's not doesn't happen very often.
I think it's very important that the writer is on set. And I basically, because I watch a lot of movies every night,
too.
I am watching at least one movie.
And foreign movies. Watch foreign movies,
Yes.
because not only does the pacing of the screenplay change, American screenplays have a different formula, whatever, than a British one, or a Parisian or a Norwegian one. I watch all kinds of everything. And plus the actors, you got to watch all kinds of different techniques. It doesn't even matter about the language. You just watch, what are they doing? What is this actor doing?
It's very
Why
organic.
are they doing that?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back, guys.
The beautiful and complex art world can raise many questions about copyright, trademarks, negotiations, and settlements, especially if you are an artist and entrepreneur. The key to success when doing business through art is to find a reliable, trustworthy lawyer to give you the most professional representation for your and your clients' peace of mind. Call entertainment lawyer Kevin Wood at 954-809-4351 to set up a free consultation and jumpstart your career with the right tools. The summer is almost here, and you can renew your home's curb appeal in just a few hours. First Class Pressure Cleaning specializes in residential driveways and landscaping. Starting at only $50, First Class can make your house look brand new. Let's get ready for summer. Call 786-440 8450 and take advantage of our specials. We promise quality, dedication, and professional service. Get your residents treated first class. First class pressure cleaning brings class to your home. 786-440-8450 and tell them you heard about them from Artistic Times. You're listening to Artistic Times with Alexandra Bello. Call into the show at 888-565-1470 and join us on the red carpet as Alexandra interviews and informs at WNN 1470 and ABP TV. Now, back to our show.
Okay. All right, we are back, and I know it's great conversation here with Brooklyn Murphy. I invite you all to follow me on Facebook, and if you can friend her and she friends you back, that would be lovely, because if you have a movie, a project, she is actually a SAG actress, and I have seen her work. Is amazing. If you want to check her demo reel, how should they find you on YouTube? Just type in your name.
Brooklyn Murphy Film Reel. I have two of them. There's one for 2013 and one for 2015.
Amazing.
Just added some more clips from some films that I've just finished.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit about, we had great topic back there before the commercial.
Yeah, that was fun.
We kind of lost track, but we are going back to it, and I want to listen a little bit about the sets that you have been part of.
Well, I've been on tiny sets, big sets, TV sets, film sets. Well, TV and film are, the sets are going to be the same. Of course, TV production has lots of money usually, so.
Yes.
And it varies because, it's the energy that is what makes the filming a good experience. Because I've been, like, last year I was on the set of Being Mary Jane. It's a big TV show up there. Oh my God, these people just hated their job. Like, you could feel the energy, like nobody was smiling, nobody was like really talking to you, and everybody was just like, it's like, wow, how can you not want to be on a TV set? It's like the best place in the world to be for me. A film set, theater, I'm happy. And then I've been on some small like productions. Like I did a feature film in December that's going to come out this year, called A Dangerous Lesson with Damien Romay. He's an Argentine director. And everybody was just happy to be there, and they were on time, and they had the production person going, okay, 10 more minutes to set. This is what we're shooting next. And the director would sit with the actors before we were shooting and tell us how he wanted it, and really directing us. I'm like, wow, this is wonderful. And it was just great camaraderie, and everybody was on it. They were present.
I think energy on a set is very important.
It is.
I think that a bad AD or a bad line producer can really bring the energy down on the whole set.
Yeah.
And this is a business that is about energy. You are sending energy through the camera. So everything's got to be in harmony and synchronized. It's crazy.
Yeah, because the camera picks up everything that's going on through your eyes.
Yes, the camera is terrible.
Oh, I know.
I mean,
even my wrinkles.
no, everything. And you know what? You come from theater, so you have learned that the camera is so in your face that you actually have to like come back. You have to come all the way back. Yeah.
You know that your audience is inside that little lens, and there's millions of people inside of there.
Exactly. And you have to like basically internalize the emotion
through your eyes.
Exactly.
So that's when
you have to
we were
feel
talking
it
earlier about emotions and accessing those emotions, but you can't just access those. I mean, a lot of people are very in touch with their emotions. A lot of artists, we feel deeply. We're sensitive beings. I've always been super sensitive, so I've always been in touch with my emotions, but there's a lot of people that need the extra push, and that's why I was saying earlier, study with a lot of different people that will push you in a lot of different ways that are uncomfortable. Yes. Like when I studied with Anthony Vincent Bova up in New York, boy, he will push you to your past your limits. But then you can recall that later when you need that, through certain exercises. So it's all about emotions, yeah.
Yep, it's all about emotion. It's not about actions. It's not about lines. It's not about props. Like a lot of people think that a prop is going to make a set or break it.
No, it's distracting.
It's distracting
Unless
sometimes.
it's really vital to that scene.
Yeah.
You know, if I have to call you on the phone because my house is burning down and you save the cats and I'm in a wheelchair, but
Exactly.
it's, in auditions too, people say, oh, let's use a prop. Oh, no, you don't
Use a prop, just use yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like, not like going to pantomime or anything, but if you are in a small community theater and you are watching like you're watching a play and it has like a couple of chairs and maybe a table, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't have the window. It doesn't have all the props that it needs to be a kitchen, but you're going to understand through their acting where they're at.
Yes, and if that actor knows how to use their imagination, because in theater, it's about imagination. There's no audience there. That could be your front yard. There could be a window right there. What are you looking at? Oh my gosh, there's somebody being murdered? Holy
Exactly,
crap.
exactly.
And
thank you. We are in AM. We are broadcasting.
Swearing. And you will see amateur theater people on there. I've seen some plays that were just like, whew, because they're not using their imagination. It's like, wow, you have all this space, even if it's 10 by 10.
Yeah.
You have all this space. Use your space. Use your body, because that's what they emphasize it, in England. It's all about the body. You are an instrument. You are like a cello.
Yes.
That is what an actor is. You're an instrument. This is your canvas right here. You got to act like a musician tunes their guitar before they play for the audience, so that guitar can make people cry. Got to tune the instrument first, and a lot of people don't teach that. And I've gone to a lot of acting classes where they just do scene study without any kind of preparation.
Yeah, no background.
Nothing. Just, okay,
no
read
backstory.
it. Just read the scene, and then the teacher will sit there and go, well, this is my opinion. This is how I think it should be. It's just like, no, it's up for interpretation. But you got to backtrack here and prepare the instrument first before you hit that scene. Otherwise, you're just looking at people acting and talking and blah, 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 and it's boring.
Yeah, it's kind of like caricaturish.
Yeah.
It's not realistic.
Yeah.
You have to be like, you're thinking this. You're thinking the sentence that you're about to say. It just occurred to you. It's not like
it's a brand new sentence.
Yeah, it's not like you're repeating it or you're like whatever it is.
Yeah, like us talking right now. I don't know what you're going to say next. I know it's going to be good.
I'll try.
Don't embarrass me.
I know, I'm not going to embarrass anyone. No, but it's very interesting to talk about these topics, because there's a lot of people out there that have the talent, they have the will, and they want to make it places, but they don't have the right guidance.
Yeah.
And that it comes down to that. If you don't have the right mentor, you might be wasting yourself.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of avenues right now. I want to invite everyone to just keep in touch. If you are in South Florida, go to networking events. You might find Brooklyn in one of them. I have seen her in a couple. If you are serious about your craft and about this business, you have to be constantly educating yourself. You have to be training yourself. You have to be attending.
Reading acting books.
Yes, reading acting books.
If you can't afford a class, find out who the top teachers are out there. Like Tony Barr, he's classic. Acting for the Camera, anything by Eric Morris, Stanislavski, Stella Adler, Uta Hagen. I mean, just, there's stuff on YouTube too. There's like acting workshops.
There is acting workshops on YouTube.
It's awesome.
Like really, like if if you are serious about what you're doing, you're going to find a way to get to the information.
Community college, take an acting class there.
Yeah, it's not very expensive.
No,
oh my God, I cannot move. I cannot. I cannot go over there because I don't have any gas or bus fee or whatever. Well, then go to YouTube on your phone and check it out. You can also go on your phone and listen to this show every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. And if you have iHeartRadio application, which is a free application on your smartphone, you can listen to us live. Ooh. You can also go to Vimeo, your Vimeo application, and watch the other shows. Maybe you didn't have time, so you just visit ABP TV. And you will find, like, ABP TV would be like the station, and then you find a channel called Artistic Times Radio. Then you will find the episodes posted there. Okay. I post them like 3 weeks after we're here, like between 2 or 3 weeks, and they can find you. So I invite everyone to follow Brooklyn. If you cannot find her, just follow me on Facebook and send me a message asking me about her information. I'm not going to give you too much. I'm
findable.
I'm not going to give you a lot of information,
I'm on Facebook, so
but I'm going to
can
connect
find
you
me.
with her
And I'm always willing to give advice. And, I think us actors have to stick together and help each other and not be so... I mean, yeah, it's a competitive field. You don't have to compete that much. There's enough to go around. There really is. It's a big universe, so...
Yep.
And
we're coming to the end of the show.
Yeah.
We only have 2 minutes left, but I want to invite you all to follow Brooklyn and follow myself. I want to remind everyone that we are on Artistic Times Radio, and you can listen to us on 1470 AM every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. or through your iHeartRadio application. You can also watch us live if you go to artistictimes.tv and then /radio, or just go to the website. You will find your way here. I also have a website called alexandrabello.com, and I will be posting. I make all my posts public that are for the radio show. So if you go to my Facebook and we're not friends, you're still going to see Brooklyn's information, and you're going to see her Facebook name, so you can just click it.
Like me.
And like her,
Please,
of course. It's
all about likes.
It's all about likes nowadays. It is very sad.
That could be a second segment.
I know. Yes,
Yeah,
Brooklyn and I are
seriously.
discussing building up some segments, so we'll keep you posted on that. Again, Brooklyn Murphy here. I am Alexandra Bello. Thank you so much,
Bye.
guys.
See ya.
You have been listening to Alexandra Bello from Alexandra Bello Productions and Artistic Times Radio. Join us every Tuesday at 7:30 and get informed in the world of artists, celebrities, musicians, writers, and more on the Red Carpet Fashion Show. Join us next week for more red carpet treatment of Artistic Times. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.